You just lightly introduced something that you majorly gone in on. And it's a
Mhm.
trend that is starting, and I call it like reverse COVID, right? Where after COVID,
Yeah.
like not meeting with people in person became the new thing. You mean I can just do this on a
Yeah.
Zoom call or a Teams
Yeah.
call? Like
Mhm.
I don't have to travel all the time. Wow. But
Mhm.
you've gone in deep on the dinner table strategy.
Mhm.
And I'll leave it to whoever wants to introduce what this dinner
Yeah,
table
so
strategy
I
is.
I'm gonna and here's why I'm gonna start, because when Misty starts talking, I don't know if I'll ever get the microphone back. So I'm gonna introduce it, and then I'm gonna let Misty take it from there. It was really interesting, and this actually goes back to the story that Misty just told about. We had just started at TriCon. I believe it was end of July, beginning of August. We had just started at TriCon. I had come from a product. I was leading product teams at a company. Missy was doing internal comms for the product and technology organization at a company. We had not been doing business development, sales of any kind I hadn't done it probably in about 4 or 5 years. And that had been my focus. And Missy just hadn't done it in a long time. We have networks. We have people that we knew, some people that we hadn't talked to in quite a few years. So we said, let's just have a dinner. Let's have a dinner and let's invite some people. What it is today and what it's grown to, that Misty's going to talk more about, was not originally where we intended to go. We just thought, let's invite some old friends together. We'll have some wine, we'll have some good food, and let's talk and we'll tell people where we're from. I'm going to tell this, and Misty, we haven't talked about this in a while. I will never forget, there was at one point during the dinner, the very first dinner, one of our good friends who was in our network said, Seth, why don't you tell everybody what you do? And I'm sitting there at the table, and I wasn't expecting to do it at that point. And it was weird because I tell people what we do all the time. I felt
Okay.
extremely uncomfortable. Like I was sitting there, as all of a sudden it became a sales thing. Everybody was talking and enjoying and just having a great time. And then it became a sale, and it
Mhm.
just drained the room. You remember that. You
Oh, I
remember that,
do.
right?
Yeah. You were very uncomfortable.
Yeah. So it
The
just
last time it
became,
happened.
yeah, no, it was the last time, and it's grown into what it is now. And Misty has been a huge driver of it.
It's
So,
a
Misty, what
joint
is
venture.
it? If you could tell us
Oh,
kind of
the
what
elusive
it
it.
is.
The
Yes.
elusive it. It's called The Table. It's very simple. It's not rocket science what we've done. It is a passion project for both of us. We're very proud of it, what it's become. But it did start off exactly what Seth just said, bringing some of our contacts together. It just so happened that a significant amount of our close network was in New York. And so we started with this simple dinner in New York at a little restaurant, getting people together. We had maybe one or two people that were new to both of us that had been
Mhm.
connected to us from our network. By the end of that dinner, I think at that one, there were six other people other than us. At the end of that dinner, I would say five of those six looked at us and said, when are we doing this again? This was amazing.
Wow.
There's no secret sauce. It's literally putting people together around a table who just talk and get to know each other, and we laugh and organic conversations happen. From there, it was like, hey, we may be on to something. Let's definitely schedule another New York quarterly. Why don't we look at a few other cities? Philly, Boston, Chicago. We have network there. That was a year and a half ago. We just celebrated September of 2025. We celebrated our year anniversary in New York. And that table, now that we've named it the table, that table has now grown to where we have to do two dinners every time we're in New York. It's gotten so large. We do keep it not too big. We want people to still be intimate and have conversations and it be
Mhm.
intentional. There's no assigned seating. Some people get there 15 minutes early for a cocktail. Some people show up 30 minutes late. Those of them
And
know
they
who
don't
they
get to eat
are.
though. They don't get to eat.
We're not seating charts, like, we just don't do that. The feedback we've gotten around why it works is because not only is there no sales at all, we won't even let people who would even potentially talk about selling. But the reason I think it works is people say there's just no pressure. These are
Yeah.
CIOs and CTOs and CD like coming around the table going, there's no pressure of nobody's talking up there about now we're going to talk about what it means to be a great leader. Like we don't do that. We're
Right.
just
No, we
having
ask
a lot of
questions. We ask
we ask
silly
these
questions.
silly questions, not like, so tell me about your best time as when what your the best time you led somebody and you have great memories of it. No,
It's
it's
what's your serial killer trait,
what's your
Steve?
serial killer trait,
What's your
right? Like
serial killer
it's
trait?
we have the best times. And from that, we have seen these communities come up from that. The table is aptly named Now the Table. Everybody has a seat. At the end of last year in New York, we've now done some partnership work with a group called Build On. We worked at a soup kitchen. Our table attendees came, they gave up an entire day to do service in the Bronx, which was just incredible. Ended it with a dinner. Like, we're just seeing these amazing, like I said, little communities pop up and people just being so excited about passing things forwards and being a part of each other's lives, helping out, continuing to move
Yeah.
things forward of what we've built.
And what's even more interesting about this, Steve, so we're doing a table in New York, Philadelphia, Chicago. We both live in North Carolina, and we are actually doing one in near the area that I live, and we're trying to grow one a little bit further east. But we have some people that are coming to this, that this will be the second conference coming up. We did a conference last August. We had a few people who were there from different tables come together at a table at the conference. So they met new people there. We have another one coming up in March where we already have the same thing happening the night before the conference kicks off the next day. We're having a table. It's some people who have been there before and some new people. And now it's taking on a life of its own.